Wow. There's a lot of people out there. It's great to see you all. I hope you're comfortable. Is everybody comfortable? Got a glass of wine? Kicking back? Oh, thank goodness. All right, well, let's get moving. The title of this presentation is I Was Born to Use This Body. And I can see that basically if I kind of crouch down and get out of the spotlights, I can see everyone's kicked back pretty comfortably. So I'd like to ask you to take a second to sit up. Go on, put down your wine. Sit up. Great. And how about a little stretch? You know? Deborah got you moving. That was really good. Put those arms up. It's hard to be down when your arms are up. Yeah, it's nice. Stretch out the side. Get the other side. Air out your armpits. Good, well done. Whew. Arms down. Everybody good? You can drink your wine again now. But notice you're a little bit more actively engaged as you sat up. You've engaged your spine. Yeah, what happened? You're sitting up, you're interested, you're engaged. This is what we're looking for as teachers. This is what we're looking for in our students, right? So I'd like to continue with a little bit of movement, because that's what I like to do. So, you know, maybe keep one glass of wine in one hand and put down the other glass of wine. And just try a little kind of swoosh or slash movement. Can you do that? I'm going to step forward and get out of the spotlight, so I'll be a little bit dark, but then I can see you guys. Oh, you guys are good. No, not waving, not fly swatting, but really a little bit of kind of a slash, like a slasher slash. Get that slash. Oh, yeah, there. I can see Des. He's getting at it. Good, 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 good. How does that feel? Getting out a little of that aggression? Good, good, good. Okay. All right, let's try something a bit different. And maybe try something kind of floaty. Try a little float. Got it? I have to come forward again, get in the dark. Oh no, you guys can float better. I notice women usually float very well and men float kind of like this. Give it a try. There you go. Light as a feather, up on clouds. Now I want to ask, did you notice when you were slashing, did you notice that you were probably exhaling? Go ahead, try and slash and inhale. Yeah, I knew it. You couldn't do it. Try and float and exhale. It didn't work either, did it? Okay, let's try another thing. Try dabbing. Dab, like Jackson Pollock. Dab. You can dab with your ear, your chin, your nose. You can dab with your fingers. I see that. Yeah, there you go. If you put them together, you can make a whole movement phrase. You want to try? Yeah? Okay. A little slash and a float and a dab. Oh, I saw that. And a little more, a little slash and a float and a dab and a slash. Des is really getting it. That slashing is really good, Des. And then a float and a dab. So when you watch, maybe you see something like this. And I heard you connect to that. I heard you laugh. I noticed that, or maybe you noticed that you had a little kinesthetic response. You know what that means? That means that on a micro level, your body responded to what the eyes were taking in. And after that kinesthetic response, you probably had some activity in your left brain, putting it together and making a little story. Did you have a story? Yeah, I did too. I was slashing through the jungle of ignorance, coming upon a ball of knowledge, and then, after a moment of hesitation, floating back, coming forward just to begin to pierce that little bubble. Anyway, that was my story. So here we are. We've slashed, we've floated, and we've dabbed. Now these are movement qualities, and I'm sure that you noticed that you were feeling quite full in your body as you were doing it. You were sitting up, you were active, you were engaged. This is what we're looking for. So this vocabulary that I just led you through is based on the work of Rudolf Laban, who was active in the early 20th century. He developed a form of dance notation Symbols were placed on a vertical scale, much like musical notation, and the symbols represented the shape of the body and the direction in space. However, after developing this, he noticed that there was no dynamic range there was no way to demonstrate dynamic range. And so he went back to the drawing board or back to the dancing board, and he developed this effort scale. And this effort scale has 4 components: time, weight, space, and flow. It's pretty simple. It's easy to remember. You can go check it out online sometime. Time represents our attitude towards decision. Whether we decide suddenly or whether we sit back and take our time and decide very slowly and kind of indulge in our decision. Our attitude towards weight is representative of our intention, whether we have strong, serious intentions, or whether we're just kind of fooling around back here. Our attitude towards space has to do with attention. This is where we're going, our attitude towards direction. So we are either moving directly or we're moving kind of flexibly, multi-directionally. So these are 3 main components: time, space, and weight. Pretty easy to kind of embody, figure out, feel. And the 4th one is actually my favorite. It's called flow. Now, we talk about flow states and we talk about being in the flow, and this totally ties in with it because there are obviously 2 extremes of flow, one being free, the other being bound. And free flow is like when you see that skier and they're just speeding down that hill and there's wind whipping through their hair and there's nothing behind them. They're all going forward. Or it's like when your child is just running to you. That freedom, that love, that fearlessness. Or when a lover rushes towards you to help you. That free expression is a state of flow. It's a pretty awesome feeling, right? Now, the opposite of that, as you can imagine, is something that's a little bit more hesitant, so to speak. It's called bound to flow. And maybe you can feel it as I'm doing it. It has a little more to do with hesitation. It has to do with fear. And when we give into this fear and indulge in that fear, then we have a hard time progressing. This flow state, bound flow and free flow, are connected to progression. So if I am unable to progress forward because I have fear, that impedes my progress. I was born to use this body. If I can express that with this body, then it may change my mind. When she was a young girl, she was diagnosed with scoliosis, and scoliosis is a problem with the spine where it's curved. When you sat up, you had great attention, alertness, and engagement. She was diagnosed with scoliosis, with this curvature of the spine, and the doctors suggested that she have surgery. So she had this major surgery as a young girl, and there was a huge scar across her side, and much like Akiko, who spoke in the first half, she left her body. She disconnected. She was afraid. And she went through life like that for many years, until suddenly something happened, and this scar spoke to her. And she heard its voice, and it said, "You were born to use this body." And she lost her fear, and she moved on. And she became fully embodied. And she changed her life, and she changed her direction. Now, as teachers, what we want is a fully engaged learner, right? And if we are always afraid to try something new, if we're afraid to express something different than what we usually express, if we always hold back, we're not going to take that step. We're not going to stand up here doing a talk at TEDxTokyoTeachers. As my son says, be a risk taker. So that's why I'm here. I hope that you'll agree that in order to create balanced, curious, expressive, aware, fearless learners. We need to help them engage, help our children, help our students engage fully with their bodies. I hope that you'll agree. Thank you very much.